Assalamu alaikum guys. So today in this fourth lecture of our plant nutrition chapter, we will do leaf structure. Inshallah. We will do leaf structure, okay? Leaf structure. Today topic is leaf structure. Okay, so in this lecture we will cover how are features of leaves adapted for photosynthesis, what is the structure of a leaf, and how are the leaf structures adapted for photosynthesis. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so adaptation of leaves for photosynthesis. So is a leaf adapted for photosynthesis? So the first point is that their broad flat shape that their broad flat shape gives a large surface area for the absorption of sunlight and carbon dioxide. Okay, their broad
What?
flat shape gives a large gives a large surface area. Okay, surface area
तुझा काके आवाज नहीं गया
area for the absorption of sunlight or the absorption of sunlight. Okay, as you can see that sheets are broad shaped, right? Like they are like this, and this gives a broad shape. As you can see that from here to here the shape is broad, and from here to here the shape is broad. So this gives a large surface area. And what does the surface area helps in? It helps in the absorption of sunlight and carbon dioxide. Okay, carbon dioxide. You got it? The first point. Now, the second, the second feature of leaf adapted for photosynthesis is most leaves are thin. As you can see that most leaves are thin, right? Right? So the thin, so hence the carbon dioxide only needs to diffuse across short distances to reach the inner cells. Okay? As you can see that the most leaves are thin, right? Wait, let me write this point. Most leaves are thin. I hope you may be also noting these points in your notebooks. So the carbon dioxide only needs to only needs to diffuse across short distances to reach the inner cells. You got it? You got it? Means that it doesn't have to travel much to reach the inner cells because in the cells photosynthesis happens. Okay, have you written the parts?
Yes.
Okay, so can we move on?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So now what's the first thing, the first point we have covered, that we have discussed the two features. Okay, we have discussed the two features. First feature is broad shape. Okay, broad shape.
Yes, sir.
Due to the
Yeah.
broad shapes, surface area increases and hence increases the and hence increases the amount of absorption of sunlight and carbon dioxide. And the second point is the thin shape. Okay, okay,
Yes.
the thin shape. So we are done with the first point. Now the second point. What is the structure of a leaf? Now this is the main gist of this lecture. Okay, what is a
Dicotyledon and
structure?
monocotyledon.
Yeah, what is the structure of the leaf? Okay, so first, wait, let me give you a picture. Okay, so I have just provided some picture of the parts of the leaf. Okay, so what is the leaf structure? The question is, and now let's see. So, for just like a simple definition of a leaf,
Asa अभी वापस ना हुआ है?
so in the leaf structure, there are some parts such as cuticle, for
Yes.
epidermis,
Yes.
palisade mesophyll. Then after
Yes.
palisade mesophyll, there comes spongy mesophyll, and then after
Yes.
spongy mesophyll, there comes lower epidermis. And then after that, in the lower epidermis, there are stomatas and guard cells. Okay, this is the opening is called stomata, and these two are called guard cells. And in it, there is a vascular bundle. And it in this vascular bundle, there is xylem
And
and
phloem.
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 Okay, and in the spongy mesophyll, there are air spaces. As you can see that there are spaces. Okay, so
What's up?
what
What's up? What do you
so
want?
what is the function of these parts? So let me tell you. Okay, so in epidermis, but before epidermis, there is a cuticle. What is this cuticle made of? Huh? You know, it is actually a thin vascular layer. Okay, what is it? Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Oh, hello.
Yes.
Okay, so what is a cuticle? A cuticle is a thin waxy layer. Okay, cuticle is a
Yes.
thin waxy layer over the epidermis. Can you see this epidermis? Over this, there is a thin waxy layer, and there is epidermis. What does epidermis do? It is a transparent layer, allows sunlight penetration into leaf. Like it allows the sunlight to penetrate into the leaf. Okay, and
What did you?
secretes. Okay, so what does epidermis do? It it is a transparent layer, allows sunlight penetration into leaf. And what does a cuticle do? It secretes the epidermis secretes cuticle to reduce water loss. So its function is water loss, to reduce water loss. Okay, okay. And what does epidermis do? Protects leaf tissues from injury and entry of pathogens. Okay, pathogens. So pathogens are bacteria type, I think. Okay, and now what is palisade mesophyll? So can you see this part? This is called palisade mesophyll. Mesophyll, okay. So what is the function of palisade mesophyll? It is a cylindrical shape of cells which contain chloroplasts. Okay, so it is a cylindrical, like shape is like this. Okay, its shape is like this. Okay, no, not like this. Wait, it's just like a square. You may say like this. Okay, it's cylindrical. Okay, and it contains chloroplast. So these palisade mesophyll are are filled up with chloroplast. Okay, like they contain very much chloroplast and carry out photosynthesis. So this is the part of leaf in which the maximum amount of photosynthesis is carried out. Okay, so and what's the other function? Closely arrangement of palisade mesophyll cells to absorb sunlight maximally for photosynthesis. So their arrangement is close. As you can see, no gaps are there, no spaces are there. While in the spongy mesophyll there are air spaces. So by this arrangement, it absorbs sunlight maximally for photosynthesis. Okay, so basically it means that their function is to do photosynthesis only, mostly. Okay, so then comes after the palisade mesophyll, spongy mesophyll cells comes. So what the spongy mesophils do? They are irregularly shaped of cells which contains chloroplast. Like they are not like cylindrical, but they are just like, as you can see this shape. Okay, and like they are just irregular. Okay, like this part which I have highlighted. Can you see the cells? Like look, this is also okay. And what does it do? Can carry out photosynthesis because it contains chloroplast and loosely arrangement of spongy mesophyll cells to form air spaces for carbon dioxide and water evaporation. Okay. So why are there air spaces? So the air spaces are for carbon dioxide and water evaporation. Okay. For containing of carbon dioxide and water evaporation. And now there's xylem. What does xylem do? Xylem transport water and mineral salts from roots to leaf and phloem. Phloem transport organic products from leaves to other parts of plant. And these two are in a vascular bundle. Okay. Yeah. Look like here it is written vascular bundle component of vascular tissue in plant consisting both phloem and xylem. And with this there is a guard cell. Okay. So what does a guard cell do? Kidney-shaped cells on leaf epidermis. It is on leaf epidermis, the lower epidermis. Okay, it is likely to be found on the lower epidermis, not on the upper epidermis. Two guard cells join at both cell ends to form a stomata. So it means that when two guard cells are joined, they form stomata. And what what they do? Control opening and closing of stomata for gaseous exchanges and transpiration. Okay, so they control the opening and closing of the stomata, and they are very important in the part of getting carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen from themselves. So the second part is also done. Okay, now let's go to the third part. When two guard Okay. So when two guard cells join, they form a stomata. Okay. You got this? You got this?
Yeah.
And what is a vascular? Vascular bundle consists of phloem and xylem. And what is a spongy mesophyll cell? Spongy mesophyll cells are irregular shape of cells which contains chloroplast, can carry out photosynthesis, and their loosely arrangement causes air, makes air spaces between them. And what are there and what is there in those air spaces? Carbon dioxide and water is there. Water evaporation is there in the air spaces. And what is palisade mesophyll cell? They are cylindrical and carry out photosynthesis, and their closely arrangement helps them do maximum gain maximum sunlight and do maximum photosynthesis. And what is epidermis? It is the top layer, okay, but and it secretes cuticle to prevent water loss, and the cuticle and it protects the inner parts of the leaf from injuries of the leaf tissues from injuries and entry of pathogens. Okay, you got it. And that's it in this. Like in the lower epidermis, the stomata is present, and that's it. I think we have done the second part. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so how are the leaf structures adapted for photosynthesis? Now, okay, so the third point is what are the leaf structures how are the leaf structures adapted for photosynthesis? In this, the as we can see that epidermis, can you see the epidermis here? This epidermis, a transparent layer allows sunlight penetration into leaf. Okay, so this This is a transparent layer and allows sunlight. This is a one major thing in which it helps in photosynthesis. And palisade mesophyll, they contain, they are their arrangement. Their arrangement helps them in photosynthesis. Okay, so look, so epidermis, what does it do? Allow sunlight. Okay. Now the second point is palisade mesophyll. How does how is it adapted for photosynthesis? So in palisade mesophyll, the arrangement helps them in photosynthesis. As as you can see in this diagram, they are closely packed. Okay, can you see this? They are closely packed. Okay, can you see this? They are closely packed.
Faisal,
So
stop the recording.
this prevents it from
Stop.
loss of sunlight and grabs maximum. So
No.
so in palisade mesophyll, their closely arranged vessel cells help in to absorb maximum sunlight for photosynthesis. As you can see that this arrangement helps them in maximum sunlight because no sunlight is lost due to the arrangement. Okay. So now what's the third point? What's the third thing in this leaf structure? It is the spongy mesophyll cell. So the spongy mesophyll. How are they adapted? Their irregular shape produces air spaces, right? Gives air spaces, right? And due to the air spaces, CO2 can be transported through them. Okay. So for CO2, it's easy to get transported. Okay. And now what's the third thing? After it, it's the guard cell. Okay. So as the so guard cell, what does guard cell do? Guard cell, right? So what does guard cell do? Guard cell, it opens and closes, right? So when it opens, it traps CO2 and gives O2. Okay. So due to this, card cell gases exchange can be done. Okay. Okay. You got it? So these this is how the leaf structure is adapted for photosynthesis. I hope you guys could have got the main gist of this lecture about the leaf structure, that we have until now covered the features of the leaves adapted flag, for example, the broad shape and the thin and the sorry, and most leaves are thin. We have also covered this. And what is the structure of a leaf, that how is it built, that first there is cuticle, then epidermis, then palisade mesophyll, then there is spongy mesophyll, and in the spongy mesophyll there are spaces, and then there is a vascular bundle, and below it there is a lower epidermis, and in that lower epidermis there are stomata, uh, which are made by the guard cell joining. And we have also discussed that how the leaf structure adapt for photosynthesis. Example, like we have discussed that the arrangement of palisade mesophyll allows it to get maximum sunlight, and the air spaces allow CO2 to pass through, and the stomata opens and closes. And that's it for all today, inshallah, guys. So we have done this leaf structure, and we have done the almost done the unit of plant nutrition. Just one more lecture will be uploaded inshallah soon about the last thing to be covered in the plant nutrition, okay? Which is the mineral nutrition in the plant nutrition, okay? And it's just a small topic. It will be inshallah maximum 2 to 3 minutes or 4 or 5 minutes. It won't be a long video, inshallah. So I hope you guys have understood my explanation and everything, and do subscribe and share and like, and do comment on the video if you have liked it or not, and do support us, that our fellow person, our fellow friend who has just cooperated for this video. Yeah. Okay, Allah Hafiz, goodbye.